is Bloomberg UTV.
Good evening and welcome to Bloomberg UTV. I'm Rashmi Bansal and this is a Stay Hungry show where I'll be answering all your queries on careers over the next half hour. Well, as always, you're welcome to call in with any kind of query on any career, any sector, any kind of course. But today we're also going to talk about something each of us needs to know, whatever the career we choose. That is how to become more happy and more successful at work. So pick up the phone right now and call the number flashing on your screen, 022-4098-7300. You can also SMS us on 59995 or email oncall@utvnet.com. Well, joining me today is a very special guest, Dharmaraj Iyer. He's CEO of Harmony at Work. Dharmaraj graduated from MIT with a master's degree in computer science, and he worked with AT&T Bell Labs, Xerox, Spark, and National Semiconductor. He now conducts workshops which help corporates and organizations lead happier and more balanced lives. Welcome to the show, Dharmaraj. And before we connect to our first caller, I have a question for you. According to a recent survey, 93% of workers in Bangalore say they're unhappy and they blame it on uncooperative colleagues or managers. So tell me, do you have any tips you can share with us on how to deal with such people?
Well, that was an alarming survey result and certainly not limited to Bangalore. My colleague Haridas and I visited a company in Noida, and our friend there told us that people were leaving in busloads. And he said that the company had announced layoffs, but that wasn't making people leave. The company had also cut back salaries, and that wasn't making people leave. But there was a new CEO, and he was extremely harsh to people, and that is what was causing them to leave. Now, what can be done in a situation like that? Perhaps not much. The spirit of the leader always influences the spirit of the whole organization. But when dealing with uncooperative or difficult colleagues, it's important to remember that we're under no compulsion to spend a lot of time with them. If you have a difficult interaction with someone, just step aside, walk away, and take some time for yourself to recharge and get back to your own center. And also, remember that that negative person, what is it that's making them negative? Perhaps we can even have some compassion, although we may have to practice our compassion from a distance. And mix also with positive people, or at least neutral ones.
Okay, so what you're saying is we've got to keep our own positive energy high to deal with these kind of situations. But can you give us a few tips now on how maybe you can reach your highest potential in your job or your career? Because it's not just about, getting into the right course, and you've got to keep your energy and keep moving ahead despite all the obstacles in your path.
Well, your highest potential implies more than you already are. So how do you become more than you already are? The secret to that is energy. Find ways to increase your energy and pour that energy into your work. Think of new ways to do things. Think of new ways to reach your customers and your clients. And also, give that energy, share it with your colleagues and the people you work with. That's one of the secrets of leadership. Think, what can I give to this person? How can I help us all towards our goal? Another thing that's needed to go higher is to go deeper into the realities around you and also inside yourself. And concentration is needed for this. In fact, you can say concentrated energy is the key to success in just about everything you do. And for concentration, meditation can be a powerful tool to increase your concentration.
Well, those are really interesting perspectives there. Let's move on now to our first caller of the day. It's Mukesh calling in from Chandigarh. Good evening, Mukesh. What's your question?
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. I'm a graduate and want to make my career in advertisement.
Okay.
Especially in the production. Video head.
Okay, what have you studied so far?
Actually, I have studied BA.
You've done a BA.
Yes.
Well, Mukesh, the best option for you is to go for a postgraduate course in mass communications. Have you have tried the various options available? There are a number of very good colleges, and you'll have to apply for courses starting in June of 2010. Are you aware of some of the colleges?
No, I'm doing business and brother, and I can't let him free to do alone.
Okay.
Is there any course, vocational correspondence course, which can I opt in?
Okay, well, so your problem is a little more fundamental. You have a family business and you're expected to work in that business, so that is a constraint to have. But today, Mukesh, I would say you can just go out and buy a handy cam, a video camera, and learn video production all by yourself. You can enroll for some short-term courses in Chandigarh itself. I'm sure there are some institutes which offer evening classes. You can learn the basics from there. You can go out and shoot movies. You can take part in competitions. You can go onto Google and find out various tutorials on how to improve your production capability, and do it as a hobby, because what I'm hearing from you is that you can't take it up as a career, but there's no reason why you cannot do it if that is your dream, as a part-time thing, as a hobby. Let's move on now to Venkat, who's calling in from Bangalore. Good evening, Venkat. What's your query?
Good evening, ma'am. I'm Venkat calling from Bangalore.
Yeah.
I did my graduation and recently I joined MBA as well by correspondence.
MBA?
MBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm working with the call center from past 3 years.
Okay.
And I didn't get any hierarchical. So, is there any course wherein I can go ahead and do for my career growth?
You're saying you enrolled for the MBA, but it didn't help you to grow further in your organization.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I'm afraid that is what often happens with this part-time or distance MBA. The organizations don't give it that much of importance. But what I suggest really is that maybe, you should go to your HR manager, your recruiter, and ask him, what are the things that you can do to enhance your career, or, discuss this at the yearly review when, performance is reviewed, and take up some initiatives within the company. If you're very keen, I think you may have to do a full-time 2-year MBA at a very good institute. That is generally a way that helps you to move forward. But within your chosen job, either you find a way to grow in this company, or then you look for better opportunities outside. I mean, I think it's not just courses which will help you, Venkat. Right?
But the thing is, I work in night shift. Later people are there in the morning shift. But I won't be able to go to them and talk to them because we are around 4,000 people working together over there. So I'm not able to speak to them properly. So is there any something course which helps me to grow in this particular industry, or shall I move to some other industry? But I'm interested in customer service field.
In what?
Customer service.
Customer service.
Yes.
Venkat, in customer service, it's really no course that I can advise you to do. I mean, in customer service is really the, the reputation you build for yourself with your clients, among your colleagues, as a good person who's, performing well on the job. And I think as far as, furthering your career, you have to find a way to, if you're a night shift, maybe try and move to a different shift where you get more opportunities, or move to a different company. That's really what I can advise you on the very best. Let's move on to an email query we received from Vidhu in New Delhi. He's a fresh graduate from one of the top colleges in India, and he's got a good job in a reputed organization. And he thought it was a dream come true at the time when he got placed. But now in 4 months, he's absolutely bored with his job. He says it pays him very well, so he doesn't want to leave. But he doesn't really know what he can do further. So let me throw this question to Dharmaraj. What would you advise this young man to do? He's not happy with his job, it pays him a lot of money, and he's clueless about what he can do. What are his options?
Well, Vidhu, you answered your own question partly. Even with all this money that they're paying you, you're bored stiff, and it's not your dream come true. So the question is, what is your dream? Take the time to discover what that dream is. What were your favorite subjects in college, for example? When you were young, what things did you like doing? Take some time to look inside yourself. Maybe read different books, maybe even write in a journal. Take that time again to see, what is it that I want to do? Meanwhile, the job that you're working at can give you the money that it will take to make a change when you're ready. And remember also, it takes courage to follow your dream. I've always loved these lines from a song by Swami Kriyananda. Follow your dream, though it lead to worlds unknown. Life's but a shadow, once our dreams have flown. What if men cry, your dream is not our own? Your soul knows the answer. Go on alone.
With you, there's the answer to your question. Follow your dreams. Yes, you could use this period really to, make a little nest egg to make it more comfortable for you to follow that dream, because in the initial period you may have to struggle a little bit.